only me by the looks of things until a few of them come on at half-time, a few of the other admins, that is. But it is City versus Fulham match day watch along, listen along, commentary, whatever you want to call it. Hope everyone is doing very well. Game, like I said, has already kicked off. An interesting lineup tonight, isn't it? Big game, it has to be said. I know a lot of people frown upon that, thinking, oh, that's only Fulham, the bottom of the table, bottom three. But of course, they're finding a bit of form about them, a bit of swagger in the play recently. So it'll be a tough game, and I think Guardiola's addressed that a little bit too, with a very, very strange lineup compared to recent weeks. We're playing, by the looks of things, a back five. Obviously, Edison in goal. We've got João Cancelo taking over from Kyle Walker in the right wing position. We have Benjamin Mendy returning to the starting lineup, which is a bit of a weird one. I think Guardiola's hoping would ship a goal or two tonight with him in the lineup. You know my thoughts on him. Either way, credit where credit's due. If he's earned a place in the starting lineup, got to wish him well. Laporte, Diaz, and Stones make up that back five. So all three centre-backs who have been rotating quite regularly are all playing together tonight. We have a central midfield of Rodri, and Bernardo Silva. So you've got the energy and the pace of Bernardo Silva, and you've got the defensive mastermind of Rodri in there. And then the front three, Fulham just broken into our penalty box here. Number 19, Fulham pulls it back, left-footed, not back onto his right foot, has a shot blocked well by, I think, Benjamin Mendy in the end there, and out for a Fulham corner. And it's Ademola Lookman who started the initial attack there. I think he was well offside, was offside, but I don't think it's going to get pulled back at all there. But yeah, very interesting lineup with the front three of Ferran Torres out on the right, it's Gabriel Jesus out on the left, and of course Sergio Aguero up front. So hopefully it's another 3 points, because if we do win tonight, Blues, we go 17 points clear at the top of the table. Having played a game more, granted, 2 games more, I should say, than United below us, we will go 17 points clear of a win tonight. So it's a massive game. I think if we stretch it to 17, I don't think mathematically we need to worry about it. Yes, technically, mathematically, we can still lose the title, but I think 17 points is a bit too big a total. Benjamin Mendy whips in a ball, rebounded from the keeper, finds Gabriel Jesus in a penalty box, and it's eventually cleared by Fulham, only as far as Rodri goes down. And now Anguissa, I think his name is now starting off a Fulham attack. Ademola Lookman, dummies, Diaz plays out to the left wing to Cavallero, is it? I'm not 100% sure on these Fulham names just yet, but Lookman's looking very lively for Fulham already. He's been a lively character for Fulham all season, really. It's only just recently it started clicking. But it eventually goes out for a throw into City on the far side. But yeah, so as always, Blues, I'll try and load up the comments on YouTube. I think we're only on YouTube tonight, as Tom was banned again because some plonker decided to report the live stream because apparently copyright infringement. It's only us talking, we have nothing in the background, but apparently it's copyright infringement. So we're only on YouTube tonight, so hopefully one of the admins is going to post up the live link on Facebook, and then you can all join whoever isn't on. But hello to anyone who is on, and I'll try and get the comments, like I said, loaded up, and I'll try and read comments. Keep them coming, obviously. Let me know your thoughts on the game, who your standout performers are, and yeah, let me know what you think about the game and who's impressing you and what needs to improve, or should anything need to improve. Let's have a look. Mr. Bodyman 81, evening. How you doing, pal? That's the only comment so far. Oh, sorry. FC Vlispet, Benjamin Mendy. Good name, actually. I'll give you that one. But yeah, anyway, back to the game, though. So 6.5 minutes played already in this game. Fulham 0, City 0. No side really having a clear chance on goal as of yet, but Fulham are very lively from the start. They're seeing a lot of the ball, they're playing good football, and Fulham have won a foul there, a free kick there, as a referee apparently has judged Diaz to have fouled Loftus-Cheek. However, I think that's completely different because Loftus-Cheek was backing into him there and went down, so no foul in my eyes. But either way, it's been given, and Fulham take the free kick quickly, and it goes up to Fulham's back line already, in which they clear high up the pitch. Ademola Lookman's broken through on the back. Aymeric Laporte gets in the way and stops it. Plays back to Edison. Quickly out to Mendy. Under pressure from Anguissa. Benjamin Mendy loses the ball to Anguissa. edge of the penalty box, tries to play in, Lookman behind. Diaz cuts it out and clears it as far as Ferran Torres, who lays it straight off to Bernardo Silva. So Fulham are finding the cracks in our defence already, which is quite worrying. But Benjamin Mendy, the culprit there to losing possession, he's obviously going to be very rusty, but I don't think I can do with Benjamin Mendy anymore. But anyway, he starts tonight and he's already given the ball away, so hopefully he can prove me wrong with the rest of the game. But anyway, 8 minutes played, still 0-0. But here's John Stones pushing into attacking midfield area. Switches the field of play to Benjamin Mendy out the left wing. Lays it off to Gabriel Jesus. Centre penalty box in the centre of the pitch. Pulls it infield. Finds John Stones, who stayed in the right wing position. Lays it off to João Cancelo. Switches the field of play once again. If he can get it in, Gabriel Jesus lays it off to Sergio Aguero. Benjamin Mendy. Pass too far ahead of Benjamin Mendy in the penalty box, and it will trickle out for a goal kick to Fulham, and which the linesman has actually flagged offside for Gabriel Jesus. No change there. Just seeing the replay. How far is Jesus? Oh, it's tight, but he is offside. But nice idea. Laid it off to Sergio Aguero, but the pass from Aguero was too far ahead of Benjamin Mendy, resulting into the goal kick to Fulham. Be interesting to see how Jesus and Aguero play tonight. It's the first time since February last year that both of those two started together. And according to Dan Halifax, the stats man of the night, it's the first time City have played a back five with two centre forwards playing since 2018. Make that as you will. Anyway, Fulham take the goal kick. Finds a Fulham head only as far as Ruben Diaz on a consequencing header. Rodri back to John Stones, all the way back to Ederson. Under pressure from Ademola Lookman. Takes his time, however, Ederson. Plays it out short. In fact, he plays it so high up in the air, John Stones can only head it into a Fulham player. However, Fulham head it straight into the path of Ruben Diaz, who, for me, after recent performances, needs to step up his game tonight. And there is a foul on Sergio Aguero, which will be brought back by the referee. It was foul from behind. Tame, but it was a foul just outside the centre circle in our own half. A foul on Sergio Aguero. So we have a free kick here. 9.5 minutes played. Yeah, Ademola Lookman's one we need to keep an eye out tonight, isn't he? He's a lively character for Fulham. We need to make sure he remains quiet. And when he does get in the back line, make sure we put him off enough, because he's arguably their star man. And especially the way Fulham have been playing lately. So fingers crossed we can keep him quiet. Ball played forward to Sergio Aguero. Loses the ball. Stupid pass by Ruben Diaz again. But luckily Bernardo Silva intercepts the field of play and wins back possession for City. Plays it back to Ederson, who has to clear it as Lookman was down on his throat instantly. Ferran Torres chests it down to Gabriel Jesus. Tries to play Ferran Torres through behind the line of Fulham. And Anderson comes away with the ball for Fulham. Under pressure from Gabriel Jesus, Anderson. And he just has to clear it up the field, only as far as Rodri. Lays it off to Benjamin Mendy and then plays it all the way back to Aymeric Laporte, who's filled in for left back for the result in Mendy. Here's Ruben Diaz in the centre circle, pushing forward. Driving forward, Ruben Diaz. Looking for the switch of field of play to the left-hand side. He does. Find Benjamin Mendy. Brings it infield to Gabriel Jesus. Plays the ball right over the top to João Cancelo. Keeps the ball in the field of play. Lays it off to Rodri. Out wide to Benjamin Mendy. Looking for that forward pass to Gabriel Jesus. Cut out by Tete of Fulham. And now Harrison Reed and Tete combine. And resulting kick from Tete plays off Benjamin Mendy for a throw into Fulham on the near touchline. So Fulham obviously playing with a lot of confidence. City's slowly started to find their way into the game. It's been a bit of a quiet and dodgy start from us. We've been on the back foot for most of the 11 minutes so far. A few sloppy passes. Play's not been brilliant. And the resulting throw-in from Fulham couldn't be kept in by Harrison Reed, and it does go out for a City throw-in in the end. So poor throw-in tactic by Fulham there, as City now have the throw-in on the near touchline, halfway in Fulham's half. So hopefully we can capitalise on this now. Pep's cutting a frustrated figure, eyes keen on the ball, not blinking, constantly focused. And now City play it out for a throw-in on the near touchline to Fulham. What is going on? City's passing tonight and ball play has been shockingly poor in the open 11 minutes. However, we start an attack here. Ferran Torres driving at the heart of Fulham's defence. He is brought down from a tackle behind. Referee says it was a fair challenge. However, Fulham immediately give the ball away to Rodri, back to Ruben Diaz, and then to João Cancelo just to show things up a bit defensively. And they were just going to keep possession on our back line through Aymeric Laporte and Ruben Diaz. Back to Diaz once again. Remember, keep your comments coming, Blues. I'll read them out as always. Ruben Diaz playing out wide to John Stones. Changing direction, feeds Ferran Torres further up the pitch, loses the ball, Torres, but Sergio Aguero picks up the loose possession. Ferran Torres back on the ball, plays it back to João Cancelo, plays it all the way back to Ruben Diaz and switches the field play to Aymeric Laporte, his centre-back partnership of a back three. Ruben Diaz just driving forward a little bit here, edge of the centre circle, feeds out John Stones on the right-hand side, looking for that forward ball, John Stones of João Cancelo, loses possession, John Stones, and Bernardo Silva's able to mock up. The referee tried to play advantage there for Fulham and eventually pulls it back for a free kick to them, as it was a resulting foul by John Stones on Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Free kick taken quickly. It's rebounded out for a City throw-in on the far side. Be interested to see what the commentators say to Scott Parker at the end of the game. Previous game against Liverpool, the first question shows how weird the media are at the moment. The first question Scott Parker was asked post-match. I don't mean like the touchline interview straight after the game. I mean when he's in the conference room and what have you, in the press room and stuff like that. First question he was asked was about his bloody jacket. Apparently he's been getting a lot of grief about his coat, his jacket, his blazer. What's that got to do with football? Anyway. Pep never gets mentioned about his coats, does he? Then again, he was wearing that dodgy one. It looked a bit like a Elton John reject the other night. But Gabriel Jesus has gone down. He's limping. He seems to be. He's lost his boot at the moment. He's jogging back fine now. Just seen a replay. He's pushed by Harrison Reed and he goes down and loses his boot. Here's Sergio Aguero. It's been very quiet so far. João Cancelo, right-hand side. It's got Aguero making a run in front of it, and João Cancelo plays it to Bernardo Silva, centre of the park. Out wide, it's Benjamin Mendy. Tries to play it back infield, but there isn't a resulting pass, so he plays it back to Bernardo Silva in a left-back position, giving him options. Fulham holding a very steady line. Bernardo Silva is just turning on the spot there, just trying to find the right pass. He eventually plays it to Laporte and back to Ruben Diaz. But City just slowly, and I mean very, very, very slowly, finding a way in this game. But Fulham are playing very, very well tonight. Ferran Torres driving into the penalty box. He's managed to keep hold of possession here. Lays it off to John Stones. John Stones plays the dummy, and the Fulham man kicks it out for a throw-in on the far side to City. Good play by John Stones there to dummy his position and basically result in the play to kick it out for him. João Cancelo takes the throw-in. Receives the ball once again from Bernardo Silva. Here is Bernardo Silva once again. And all the way back to John Stones in the right back position. So we're obviously playing a back three. Ruben Diaz being just bang in the centre. And Laporte playing far wide left back. And John Stones playing far wide right back. Very dangerous game in my eyes. Because Fulham have got a lot of pace in them. Like I said, Ademola Lookman and Cavallero. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is another one as well. And Gieser's not exactly the slowest as in terms of midfielders. He's more a defensive midfielder, but he's not slow. And yeah, we could be easily cut out. I think, well, Rodri's dropped back into a centre-back position now with Fulham trying to close us down and play it all the way back to Ederson, who just smashes the ball forward. We might find Gabriel Jesus, but it is cut out by Anderson, who heads it straight into the path of Sergio Aguero, who's playing a deeper role. He's got Benjamin Mendy making a run ahead of him. Sergio Aguero skipping on the ball here, breaks into the penalty box. Sergio Aguero tries to find the right pass. He can't do it. And there was no real supporting runs by Benjamin Mendy, but Benjamin Mendy was running into a place where Sergio Aguero wasn't going to find a pass. He had a Fulham man blocking his way, and it was too tight of a pass to play, and Fulham were able to clear. Only, however, as far as Laporte and Ruben Diaz. So Ruben Diaz is on the ball now in the centre circle, but Fulham, every time City have the ball, drop into their own half and play a very defensive formation. City were not under pressure there, and a very poor pass by Ruben Diaz again plays it out for a throw-in on the near touchline to Fulham. Ruben Diaz is not impressing me tonight so far. He's been very poor so far. He's given the ball away a couple of times. He's passing the ball completely wide of the player who was playing it to. I don't know what's happened to him of late. Past couple of games he's been quite lacklustre. Maybe that's just the honeymoon period's over, maybe. You never know, but I doubt that. He's a very good defender on his day, and he's very level-headed, and he just needs to calm down and just play a couple of decent passes, get that confidence flowing straight away, rather than worry about it. Here's João Cancelo breaking infield, trying to play the ball in. Finds Sergio Aguero, has a shot. Sorry, Ferran Torres has a shot straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, who parries it out, and now Fulham are able to come away with the ball. It was Ferran Torres who was played there by, I think it was Bernardo Silva, João Cancelo. And Fulham are able just to keep possession now and play it along a better line. Ooh, sorry, Booze. Early morning start today. Ball played through by Fulham is only going to find John Stones blocking the attacker's path, and in fact he leads it to go all the way back to Ederson. Just going to see a replay of the chance for Ferran Torres here. Bernardo Silva lays it off to João Cancelo on the right-hand side. João Cancelo pulls it infield, plays a ball in behind. Ferran Torres has a shot, tries to find the far post, and the keeper gets down well and saves it with his right leg and parries it out. Good save in the end, but, you know, Ferran Torres should be finding a near post from that angle, really. It was too tight to play it across. Basically, he was running in from... He was running like that. You'd really only realistically have a chance to put it in the top corner of the near post rather than play it across the face of the goal, because the goalkeeper was always going to get there. He was already down on his knees, really, the keeper. Bernardo Silva's judged to be fouled, and the referee agrees with him. He was very late to blow that whistle, then, the referee, but eventually we get the free kick inside Fulham's half with a foul on Bernardo Silva. Handshakes exchanged between the two players, so thank you. And City take the short corner and play it back to Laporte. Not the corner, free kick, should I say. Rodri, under pressure, still manages to find John Stones very well, in fact. So good play by Rodri there. John Stones looking to continue a rich vein of form. Ball in behind by Ferran Torres. Plays it in. João Cancelo in the box. And Areola gets down well, the Fulham goalkeeper, and claims the ball for Fulham. Good play that. Just seeing a replay here. It's Ferran Torres picks up in a deep position. Plays a beautiful ball forward to João Cancelo, making a right wing position run onside, and plays it infield. But yeah, the goalkeeper came out and claimed it. It was always going to be the goalkeepers. It was too close to him. And either way, if the goalkeeper didn't, Fulham's defender Anderson was always going to get there before Jesus, because Jesus was the last man. The ball was played along the ground. So anyway, 20 minutes played. Fulham 0, City 0. Mohamed Alohandes, I hope I pronounced that right. Hello, how are you? Very well, thank you. Hope you're doing very well. You're going for a 5-1 win. Judging on what I've seen so far, pal, I think you'd be lucky to get a 1-1 draw, let alone a 5-1 win. Zach Buckley, is it now? All right, if you say so. Yeah, okay. Just, yeah. You won we beat Manchester City Cup this year, but currently 14 points clear of you. Yeah, you've not finished above us for, what, 7 years? Manchester stopped being red a long time ago, by the time you were absolutely butt-fucked by a lot of opposition teams in the past few years. So you keep saying Manchester's red. You keep saying that, but yeah. Okay. Anyway, there's always one Pratt. Dixon Cedar Cider, I hope I pronounced that right. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, Urinator, I've never heard of him. Ball played in. Ferran Torres takes it down. Can't control it well enough, and Fulham are able to clear, but Ferran Torres was judged to be offside. Should be doing a lot better there. Zach Buckley singing to himself. Go on the X Factor, pal. Simon Cowell can go. It's a no from me for you. There's some clowns on the chat tonight. Anyway. But yeah, it was João Cancelo with the ball in behind. Ferran Torres was just offside, but it was cut out by Tosin Adarabioyo, the former Manchester City centre-back, remember. Good defending from him. In the last 5 minutes, City have had 77% possession. It's been all one-sided in the fast 5 minutes, but Fulham, you could say Fulham, arguably, they're happy with the two teams tonight. So far, anyway. 22 minutes played now. Benjamin Mendy intercepts the ball from Fulham. Here's Gabriel Jesus driving towards the penalty box. Got Rodri in support. Plays it out to the right wing position to absolutely no one. And it will trickle out for a throw-in on the far side to Fulham. Yeah, Fulham take the throw in on the far side. To Anguissa. Driving forward, Anguissa. He pulls it back, however, under pressure, but he's still got the ball. Good play from him. Plays it out wide to Loftus-Cheek in the left wing position. Back to one of the Fulham lads. Aina, is it? Tosin. Now back to Anderson on the back line for Fulham. Fulham playing the ball very comfortably tonight. However, they're under a bit of pressure now. The back line, Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus keeping pressure on them. Posted it back to the goalkeeper who just has to clear it. And John Stones is able to win back the ball for City. Nice flick on by João Cancelo to find Bernardo Silva and lays it off for Rodri. Here's Benjamin Mendy on the left-hand side. Loose pass by Mendy, but it does eventually find Ruben Diaz, who pushes forward into the centre circle. Not too keen to find a forward man. Eventually turns around and he's running back to our own goal. This is a very frustrating and lacklustre performance so far for City. Ruben Diaz eventually plays the ball forward to Gabriel Jesus. Now it's a little bit of skipping from Jesus. Switches the field of play to John Stones, takes it down well. John Stones playing an attacking midfield role so far. Lays it off to Ferran Torres, but Ferran Torres stops running and it trickles out for a goal kick to Fulham. Lackluster, poor. Think of all the negative words so far to describe City. Nothing's really coming off for us so far tonight. Hopefully we'll come good. Like I said, 14 points clear. Win this, we go 17 clear. So having played 2 games more than United, however, but it is what it is. 17 points is better than absolutely anything right now. Bernardo Silva. Lays off to Benjamin Mendy on the left wing. Tries to play it in. Tete with the block, and it goes out for the City's first corner of the game on the near touchline. Which I think Benjamin Mendy is set to take. Benjamin Mendy with the corners. Interesting one, but we've got Rodri, we've got Stones, we've got Diaz. I think Laporte's up there as well. So we've got some height in the box now. 3 centre-backs and 1 defensive midfielder, all lanky sods. Benjamin Mendy to take the corner, left-footed. Eventually. And he does finally take it, and it doesn't beat the first man. Out to Ferran Torres, edge of the penalty box, and just skies the ball wide. Poor shot by Ferran Torres, and a poor corner by Benjamin Mendy. Which very, very, very frustrating game so far. Very frustrating. So, yeah, 25.5 minutes played. Fulham 0, more comfortably Fulham 0, and City also 0. There's Anderson on the short pass from the goalkeeper, lays it off to Tosin in his own penalty box. So Fulham playing dangerously. Ferran Torres does get a touch on the clearance, but it only goes as far as the far side for a throw-in to Fulham. Which they're eventually going to take. This game is just so slow. There's not much happening. Remember, City face Everton away in the FA Cup on Saturday. Make sure you got that down in your diaries. Here's Rodri winning the ball back for City. Plays it back to Ruben Diaz. Diaz pulls it back to John Stones in the right back position. João Cancelo. Rodri, good ball. Out wide to... Not sure who that is. John Stones. Ruben Diaz under pressure from Lookman. Drives forward, Ruben Diaz. Finds John Stones. Pulls back to Bernardo Silva, who's the furthest man back for City. He's been very quiet so far tonight, Bernardo Silva. Laporte. Still Laporte. There's nobody making a run. Bernardo Silva is further back than Ruben Diaz. Make that as you will. Here's Ferran Torres on the right-hand side, looking to beat his first man. He's pushed off the ball, but he's still kept possession. Here's Bernardo Silva in an attacking midfield role. Ball into the penalty box, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Poor ball by Bernardo Silva. There's not much creativity going on And there's a foul judged by Ferran Torres as the ball was tried to be played short by Fulham. And it's judged to have fouled the Fulham man, and it will be a free kick in Fulham's penalty box for Fulham. Eventually, the free kick is going to be taken for Areola, who's still not taking it. He's still not taking it. And he's finally taking it. So the free kick by the goalkeeper only finds the head of João Cancelo, who heads it straight into the path of Rodri. Benjamin Mendy leaving it late to get a touch on the ball, but he does play it far up the field to Ferran Torres, trying to lay it off for João Cancelo, but he's too slow, João Cancelo there, and Fulham are able to come away with the ball. Nice take from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Here's Anguissa. Out wide to Tete. Forward ball to Lookman. I thought it was offside, Lookman there, but Laporte's matching him for pace, and he gets the block, and it will be a corner to Fulham. The block from Laporte plays it out. So corner to Fulham in the 29th minute, sorry. Scoreline remains 0-0. Fulham comfortable, yeah. City just can't seem to find a rhythm, giving the ball away far too much. Some of the passing decisions have been very reckless and just playing it out of the field of play. You just don't really look up for it. Corner whipped in. Only meets the head of Ruben Diaz, who clears it only as far as number 15 for Fulham. Plays it back to Harrison Reed. And then back to number 18, sorry, for Fulham, who just clears the ball up. And he's going to find Anguissa here. He is onside, Anguissa, into the penalty box. Benjamin Mendy blocking his route. He's forced him out of the penalty box, but Fulham have got 2-on-1 here. Number 17 looking to switch the field of play. Harrison Reed gets in well, finds the pass. Sorry, Anderson finds the pass. Here's Anguissa on the right-hand side, Fulham. Lays it off to Tete, blocked by Gabriel Jesus and kicked out for a throw-in on the near touch line. City are looking very shaky. Gabriel Jesus is playing left-back at the moment. The same, we've got a back five, very narrow at the back, that is. Ball played in by Anguissa over everybody. And it will be João Cancelo who just clears it up to the field of play. Ferran Torres and the number 18 for Fulham goes down. Ferran Torres has just fouled him. The referee's played advantage to Fulham. Ferran Torres has been very poor so far this game as well. Here's Anderson trying to play the ball over the top to number 17. He's judged to being still onside here, number 17 for Fulham. Whips in a ball. Kept in field of play by number 34 for Fulham. Plays it back into the penalty box. Lookman's there for the header, but cleared by Laporte. Gabriel Jesus goes in there. That's got to be a foul, referee. No, it isn't. Apparently the ball won by Fulham. Whipped in again by Fulham, only as far as João Cancelo on the far side, who just clears it, luckily. Only as far as Anguissa, however. And then John Stones comes in. Fulham are winning every resulting clearance. And then Benjamin Mendy finally just gets hit. Benjamin Mendy just goes and absolutely smashes the ball widthways. So switching the field of play, same position, out for a throw into Fulham. Well in our half. Wow, this City team at the moment is, yeah, not convincing me at all. Oh, Ryan Askew. Is that who you are, Ryan? Well, you're the only Ryan that normally comments on our Facebook, so I hope it is you. How are you doing, pal? I didn't realise it was you. No midfield creativity at the moment from City. You're absolutely spot on. Rodri's defensive, so we can't rely on him in terms of creativity. But Bernardo Silva's played more centre-back recently in the past 5-10 minutes. Like I said a couple of times, he's been further back than Ruben Diaz. Ederson, under pressure from Lookman, has to play the ball, a pass to Laporte off the face of goal, and literally Lookman was about a yard away from touching that in the back of the net. And there is a foul on Sergio Aguero, Harrison Reed tugging at his arm, and it is a foul and a free kick to City just in Fulham's half on the edge of the circle. So City on the 32nd minute have a free kick just on the edge of the centre circle in Fulham's half. Rodri plays it short to Gabriel Jesus' drop back. tripping over the ball, Gabriel Jesus. He's fouled again by a Fulham man, Anderson, and it's another City free kick here. Why aren't we making this diagonal? Make it direct. Rodri plays it short. Ferran Torres just kicks it up in the air and Fulham were able to come away with it. What the hell was that? What a waste of a free kick. City back on the ball, but what the hell was that? Ferran Torres just has a lash at the pass from the free kick. Why not make some of it? Get the big lads up there. Make it a direct free kick. Here's Ruben Diaz. Forced back again. John Stones. Infield to Rodri. Back to John Stones. Furthest man back currently. Out to the left back position to Aymeric Laporte. There, Ryan. How you doing, mate? He's not knowing Mr. Baldy, man, now. Gabriel Jesus does well to skip past two Fulham lads. Good pass to Sergio Aguero. Lays it out to Benjamin Mendy in the penalty box. If he can find the right pass, Benjamin Mendy crosses it in. Finds a Fulham head, but only as far as Rodri, who picks it up on the left wing position. Still got the ball under pressure. Finds Benjamin Mendy. Well, Rodri and Stones have been City's best players, but can't really say they've done much, but they're the best players for City so far. Jack Cancelo in the penalty box. Twisting and turning. Can't get the right pass away, but Bernardo Silva's picked it up into the penalty box deeper. He's doing well. Bernardo Silva has a shot. Tame shot. Straight down the throat of Areola, who gets down well to claim the ball. At least somebody's taking Fulham on now. Bernardo Silva breaks past 3 Fulham men there and still gets his shot away. Should we be doing that more often? Ball was under him when he took the shot, so it was a poor shot because the ball was far under him, but Fulham play it short and only just clear the ball, but eventually it's cleared so far out the pitch that only Ruben Diaz is going to pick it up from a throw-in on the far side. City's bench is quite interesting. We've got Phil Foden, we've got Ilkay Gundogan, we've got Kyle Walker, we've got Kevin De Bruyne, we've got Zinchenko. That's a strong bench, a very strong bench. Here's Laporte. There's Otto Gabriel Jesus, and no doubt some of them changes are going to be coming on. I can see De Bruyne coming on at some point. I see Gundogan coming on at some point. Gabriel Jesus is holding his head at the moment. He's been elbowed in the face. He's gone down on the deck. He's in some discomfort here, Gabriel Jesus. It's completely flat out on the deck, Jesus, holding his eye socket. You've seen a replay here. Tete, oh, it was a swing back of Tete's, well, his left arm. Completely accidental. He's just trying to get his body in the way, Tete, and his elbow smashes into the face of Jesus. He's just having a feel of his cheekbones. It didn't look like that much force in it, so I don't know why he's sort of on the deck like he's being shot by a sniper, but then again, it's not exactly the nicest thing to be hit in the face with a with an elbow. Seeing if any admins are jumping on. I don't think so. I think it's just going to be me, Blues, unfortunately, tonight. No. Right, a strong bench is okay, but you can only use 3, so it's only as strong as the subs you use. True. Who would you bring on, Ryan, in all seriousness? Because right now, nobody's impressing me for City. Like I said, Rodri and John Stones have probably been City's best players, but that's an okay performance from both. Nobody is standing out. You've got to see De Bruyne come on at some point in this game, haven't you? Just like you said, to have some creativity in that midfield. I can see Gundogan playing. Gundogan is a big miss tonight. He's one of them. When the pitch is very narrow and tight and congested, he's a very, very agile player to play in them roles. But I can't remember if Mahrez is on the bench. I think I saw his name. If I'm being perfectly honest, I didn't see the bench properly. But if Mahrez is on, I'd quite happily get Mahrez on for Torres. Because Torres has been shockingly poor. He's just doing nothing really, apart from giving the ball away and being reckless on it, basically. So City back on the ball now through Edison. 37 minutes played, scoreline remains 0-0. Ruben Diaz pressuring forward. Ball over the top, trying to find Ferran Torres. He does pick out Ferran Torres. And he goes down looking for the free kick. And he's not going to get it. Stupid by Ferran Torres. He's through behind. Just take it down with your feet. Play it out wide. Wait for the supporting man and play some football. It was a push on his back, but you're going down looking for the free kick that you're not going to get. He's really, really trying my patience tonight, Ferran Torres. Not that he's going to care. Jesus, I'm a 25-year-old lad sat in his bedroom watching the game on a big screen. He's not going to give a damn what I think, but Jesus Christ, I could do better than that. Anyway, went out for a goal kick to Fulham, in which Areola takes and plays it far. City win the ball back. João Cancelo playing the ball over the top, trying to find Gabriel Jesus. He does find Gabriel Jesus, lays it off for Ferran Torres. If he can bring it down into the penalty box, tries to find Gabriel Jesus. Poor pass, straight to the goalkeeper. It's frustrating. It is super frustrating, this game. Bad thing is, the energy and the press, and actually the good play is coming from Gabriel Jesus. You know, he's making the runs, he's playing the passes. As soon as he plays in them passes, he's running forward. It's just the service to him is poor. So I wouldn't say Jesus is having a bad game tonight. He's just not having any support. In that attack, Sergio Aguero was nowhere. Right now, Sergio Aguero is central midfield. He's playing alongside Rodri. I don't get this lineup. I don't get the tactics. I don't get the back five. We're showing too much respect to Fulham. Granted, they're having a good run of form here. As João Cancelo loses the ball to number 17 Cavaleiro for Fulham. And now Fulham were able to start the attack. And it's a foul by Rodri on the edge of Fulham's penalty box. And Fulham have a free kick. It's just stupid, reckless and poor football. But I don't understand this lineup of a back five with a front three that have hardly played in Ferran Torres and Sergio Aguero, with Gabriel Jesus who's struggling for form out on the left wing, with Benjamin Mendy who's hardly played recently. You've got far too many players. Granted, rotation's key, but you've got far too many players that have hardly played together in a formation that we've hardly played for the past 2 years. It beggars belief what Guardiola's trying to do tonight. Is he just trying to play for the draw? I just don't understand where the tactics and the point of this formation and lineup is. We're just missing a spark. We're missing creativity. We're missing confidence by the looks of things. The passing has been reckless. Right now, I'd drop Jesus and Aguero deeper and play Bernardo Silva up front. Here's Lookman playing it back to Tessa. Good play by the Fulham man. All the way back to the goalkeeper. A bit of safety. Aguero pressure in the goalkeeper to play it short to Anderson. Back to the goalkeeper again. City pushing high. But Fulham are passing it wonderfully. João Cancelo misjudges that. And now, not sure who that is for Fulham, but he's driving forward. Number 34 finds Cavaleiro on the left wing into the penalty box. Plays it in. Headed clear by Ruben Diaz. Only as far as Harrison Reed, who plays it back off to number 34. Whips the ball back into the penalty box. Faris Tete, acres of space. Jesus blocked by Benjamin Mendy and out for another corner to Fulham. 41 and a half minutes played. 0-0. Fulham with a corner on the near touchlines, near side. It's just so poor football tonight. Benjamin Mendy smiling. What the hell have you got to smile about? Ball short, luckily, by Fulham, but it still finds a Fulham man. It was a poor corner, and it still finds a Fulham man. He lays it off to number 17. Whip plays it in. Luckily, interception by Ruben Diaz. Finds Gabriel Jesus. Plays it infield to Sergio Aguero. Just outside our penalty box, Sergio Aguero. And lays it off to Ederson. Who just stops play dead. So, no desire to get forward. No desire. We're missing Foden, who for some reason has been out for three or four games, comes back for one game, has a brilliant game, and is dropped for the resulting game afterwards. He's hardly played, so you can't say he needs a rest. Remember, Blues, that City are at home against Gladbach, and it will be played at Etihad, if I remember correctly. Poor pass by Ferran Torres. João Cancelo goes down, and Fulham are able to come away with the ball. Playing well now, Fulham. Loftus-Cheek lays it out wide to the number 17 for Fulham. Anguissa, Harrison Reed, Tete. Back to Anderson for Fulham. Tossing. Back to Anderson. Ball played fast all the way out to the right wing position to Cavaleiro. Brings it infield. Well taken. Luckily, the pass by Cavaleiro only finds Ruben Diaz, but a strange pass to Rodri. Luckily, Laporte was on fire then, and he's brought down Laporte. That should be a free kick, referee. What? Laporte was pulled down by his neck. Worse than the decision to give a penalty for Southampton in the previous game. Laporte was dragged down by his neck there. Dragged down, and no free kick. Either way, it goes out for a throw-in on the near touchline to City, and Benjamin Mendy plays it to Laporte, who switches the field of play to John Stones on the right-hand side. Good pass by Laporte. John Stones driving forward, looking to a bit of creativity from John Stones. They have to Cancelo. Good layoff. Plays it into Ferran Torres. Sergio Aguero breaking in the penalty box. That was a shot, tame shot again, straight into the arms of Areola in net. Granted, we're having shots, but the amount of shots that have been tame along the ground and straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Pull it back, lay it off. Someone in the middle of the goal have a shot. It's 50-50. You're either going to find the back of the net or straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. So have a shot at a position where you're not going to play it past him. João Cancelo has to get in a touch there, and it goes out for a throw-in on the far side to City. It's a Fulham. 15 seconds of normal time left to play. Aymeric Laporte cuts out the loose pass from Fulham there. Laporte's stepping up in the final 5 minutes of this half. 1 minute of added time. Not being many stoppages at all. Here's Gabriel Jesus. Left wing position. Switches the field of play out wide to João Cancelo. If he can get there, he does. Good pass. João Cancelo whips the ball in deep. In fact, it's so deep, it goes out for a goal kick. The amount of money on the pitch for City right now in terms of players, the creativity there, the players that are there, Sergio Aguero, Gabriel Jesus, the young prospect in Ferran Torres, Bernardo Silva, the creative maestro. There's nothing there. We've got more defensive players on the pitch than attacking players tonight, and it shows. The goalkeeper kicks the ball out for a throw into City on near touchdown, but there's not going to be time to take it. And there's half-time, Blues. Scoreline is 0-0. That is a shocking game of football from City, if there ever was one. That first half performance was worse than the United game performance in the first half. Luckily, it's still 0-0. Luckily. The poor first half. There is nothing to take away from that, but there has to be improvement. Has to be improvement. Oh, I'm going to need more alcohol. But yeah, Blues. Anyway, keep your comments coming. What do you make of that first half? Those who are watching. Do we have any positives from that first half? Is there anything we can take away from it? That there's a slight light in the darkness in that first half? I can't see it. It's just, nobody's having a good game. A lot of players having very poor games. Ferran Torres for one, Benjamin Mendy for another. Ruben Diaz had a very poor first 20 minutes, but started to rectify it, playing some good passes. Laporte started coming into the game. He was having a good game in the last 10 minutes of that half. Sergio Aguero might as well have been non-existent. Bernardo Silva was playing more defensive than attacking. João Cancelo was just poor. Jesus looked lively. He was making stuff happen, but he wasn't getting equally amount of support up front as he should be. And Rodri was probably our best player, but that's not even a push of saying anything good. He was okay, but none of these players are better than okay at the moment for City. Fulham are playing good, solid, passing football. Yes, they've given the ball away a couple of times, but they're playing attacking football. They're defending well, playing us at our own game. But you can't get any worse by conceding. So fingers crossed, other than conceding, we get better. We can't get any worse in terms of our performance, put it that way. But anyway, let's have a look, see what people are saying. Nothing. No, remember, keep your comments coming, Blues. Let's have a read through anything. Let's have a look. Ryan's going for KDB for Jesus to start with. Really? You take Jesus off for KDB? Mendy off for Foden, Laporte to left back. That is a good call. That is a good call. I didn't think of that one. That is a really good call. Laporte has played left back plenty of times. We can play back four with Foden being very attacking on the left wing. Absolutely. Michael Feeney, how are you doing, pal? You agree with me? I would take Torres off and bring Mahrez and Foden. Yeah, it's Torres has been, his positioning has been good. Torres, he's just been poor. He's making the runs, the decisions on his runs are spot on. Just his ball ability and his play on the ball is very shocking. His passing's poor. His finishing is poor. All City's finishing is poor. Mahrez at the form he's been on should come on. Foden for Mendy. Completely agree with Ryan. That is a very positive move. Those two players can easily come on and change the complexion of this game massively. Ryan never going to win a snood with this performance. Yeah. Not the spelled differently. Mendy is amazing in making us vulnerable. He's shocking, isn't he? He is shocking. King of nothing. Decent half so far, like City chances. Decent half? Whoa, shockingly poor. Mike Perry, how are you doing? A few changes needed in the second half. Definitely. Dixon Sider, I'm normally the transfer guru of the group. I know my transfers, but this is the second player you've mentioned I've never heard of. Me Cock. Not my cock, your cock. Me Cock. One other cock. Never heard of him. No idea. Mike Perry's going for Mahrez for Torres as well. Yaya's saying, how is Mendy still in the club? He doesn't look like our player. I can't stand him anymore, to be honest, Yaya. He's especially after what's been going on off the pitch. For those who don't know, arse lickers from Iceland. Yeah. Have you heard of that ball sniffers, the German player, ball sniffers? Yeah, he's a really good player as well. Beanie Flicker's a good player from Sweden as well. I've heard he's a really good player. Pratt. But yeah, for those who don't know, Mendy, off the pitch recently has had his car impounded, banned from driving for a little bit, and fined a lot of money. And we're talking, I think, six-figure sum of money, I think it eventually rose to, because he was driving without insurance and driving without vehicle tax in a 450 grand Lamborghini. He broke down lockdown rules to have a random woman come into his house for a party. He's an idiot. He's an absolute pleb. Dixon, I ain't gonna say that one. I'm not falling for that one, but yeah, definitely a good finisher. Definitely a good finisher. Knows how to satisfy in front of goal. That's his aim anyway. I think when he found the back of the net, he always used to say, "And he holds a goal." You know. Anyway, that's the last one from me for you. I'll just see your comments. I'm not commenting anymore. But we had 4 attempts to Fulham's 1 that game, and it seemed like Fulham had more attempts in my eyes. We had 3 on target, and those 3 were down close to the goalkeeper's post, in which it was straight down his throat and into his arms. I've just seen the replay again of the shots. So it's just shocking. It's a really bad game. Really bad game. Fulham had 161 completed passes to City's 235. My pass accuracy has been 88%. Should be a lot lower in my eyes. But I don't really know what to say other than it's been a really poor first half, Blues. It can only get better. Can only get better. Because other than shipping a goal or two, it can't get much worse in terms of the performance. Yeah. 1 point I have noticed, shouldn't Aguero be always ahead of Jesus in terms of average position? Aguero is getting too deep. Yeah, said that as well. Completely spot on with that one. In that attack with Ferran Torres and Jesus pushing up from the right wing to the striker position, Aguero was nowhere to be seen. Turned out it was in defensive mid at the time. Completely agree. He's a goal getter. It's what everyone's been calling for, to bring him back into the team to score goals, and he's deeper than half the bloody players on the pitch. But that goes back to my Bernardo Silva point as well. When City have been attacking, I've seen Bernardo Silva deeper than Diaz. Diaz is our deepest player. McAfee, I knew this was going to be a hard game tonight. Then I've been a blue too long. I don't know why we're playing Mendy tonight. Don't see the point. We will have to up the tempo in the second half. Agree, Michael. And I'm pretty sure you probably agree with me. There's been too many changes tonight. Bringing in players that have hardly played and are out of form on top of that. Such as your Ferran Torres, such as your Mendy's, such as your Aguero's. You know, Laporte's hardly played, although Laporte's having a decent game. I think I mentioned Mendy, but Mendy anyway again. Jesus is struggling for form. Bernardo Silva's a bit hit and miss lately. Right now, in these sort of games, especially away at Fulham, who are finding form, you want to be playing your best 11. Sod rotation. Play rotation when we win tonight and we're 17 points clear of United. That's when you can rotate players. He's obviously thinking of Gladbach on Tuesday. Has to be thinking of that. I know he always says this game, then the next game. Right now, in my eyes, before this game started off, he's already thinking of Gladbach. Because you never really tell Walker's going to play in that game. Zinchenko's going to play in that game. Kevin De Bruyne is going to start. Foden's going to start, hopefully. Gundogan's going to start. Mahrez is going to start. Anyway. Right, and Jesus has been a better left back than Mendy up to now. He has. But After the derby, I don't want Jesus anywhere near the defence anymore, though. Put it that way. I know he had a great left back position against Real Madrid, but that's as far as it goes with me. Lassie Blue, what him? The system and set up by Pep just to accommodate Sergio and the team. 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. Because when the play is slow, the play is so slow. When the attacking threat happens, it's the fast lads running in and the Sergio Aguero just trotting up. But no, completely agree. But what were we going to say? Kick out all-time goal scorer off the team because he doesn't fit the style of play. When we're struggling for goals, bar the Southampton game, obviously, but that was a barrel of laughs. It's just, I can't blame the positioning and the formation to bring Aguero in tonight. The formation and the amount of players that have hardly played decent and regular football recently is the reason we're struggling tonight, hands down. They're not match fit in my eyes. They're certainly not fit to play with each other. Hopefully, it'll get better in the second half, which will kick off very, very, very shortly. Every player is looking like having a free roll except the back three is making me laugh literally. Yeah, like I said, Bernardo Silva, centre back. Laporte is playing left back. Stones is playing right back. Diaz is spot on in the middle. From there, completely agree. Every player is Tom, Dick, and Harry wherever they want to be. Wouldn't surprise me if we see in the second half one of the players in the stands clapping the team and giving them a 12th man. There's just no correlation about the performance, no correlation about the formation, no correlation about the tactics, all running in together. It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. However, Lassie Blue, absolutely, always a better second half. I think it was Tom Young that said that. Recently, of late, anyway, always better second halves. But like I said, other than chipping a goal or two, it can't get much bloody worse, let's be honest. So, barring injury, of course, but fingers crossed, we get there and we step up the performance and get a bloody win. Sorry, but I think something's. Well, it's Tom Young's laptop or computer making some weird noises. Not mine. For those who can't see, there is another computer running next to mine. It's Tom Brunt's admin. Tom Brunt, who's running it through YouTube on his server. So there is another screen that you can't see. So that's the noise coming. It's not mine, unfortunately. But anyway. Yeah. As you say, City and Fulham both coming out now for the second half. Come on, City. Come on. As of this moment, a massive point for Fulham. If this stays the same, Fulham are out of the bottom three as it stands. Massive result for them should they get a point out of this game. Immediately, Fulham are out early doing training and warm-ups. Well, sorry, City have been out early and already in formation, but Fulham, as soon as they come out, doing a quick training drill, and Scott Parker's clapping them and saying, come on, good runs, come on, faster, want runs, they put some more effort in. Fist pumping his players. The desire saying, come on, you're doing brilliant there. And he has every right to say that to the players because they're doing well. Anyway. Lassie Blue needs 17-point gap. Do you know something? I agree in terms of the use of the word need. Really do agree with the use of the word need, that 17-point gap. because it allows us then to rotate rather than doing it tonight. Looks like Kevin De Bruyne is getting his footwear sorted out. I don't think it will be long before he's on the pitch. And the game is kicked off once again. So Fulham playing right to left, City left to right, obviously. And immediately Fulham starting the attack. Harrison Reed pushing the ball forward. Here's Ademola Lookman on the edge of the penalty box. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Number 34, Aina, is it for Fulham? Anyway, here's Adebayo. Ball forward. Good ball forward to Anguissa. Cut out by Rodri. Good interception. Good tackle there by Rodri. Benjamin Mendy. Forward ball to Jesus. Better play this. Jesus tries to play in the ball behind, but it's blocked by the Fulham man, and it's judged to have been a foul, a handball by the Fulham man there, and it's a free kick on the far side to City. It's a positive start already for City. Free kick set to be taken by João Cancelo. Whipped in by João Cancelo. Good ball. John Stones, and he's found the back of the net. John Stones, Sir John Stones, put City 1-0 up early in the second half. Yaya Tareem, you got it spot on. Better in the second half. And immediately, ball whipped in by João Cancelo, and it's put into the back of the net by John Stones. Get in, 1-0 City. Get in. Good free kick as well, and good run by John Stones. Fantastic finish with his right foot, John Stones, as well. He knew exactly which way the keeper was going. He played it the opposite direction, in the back of the net. John Stones this year is phenomenal. He really is phenomenal this year, John Stones. Back of the net, 1-0. Get in. Now, come on. Let's capitalise on this now. Let's push for a second. Throwing City on the near touchline. Near side even. Ball over the top by João Cancelo. Trying to find Gabriel Jesus, but it's headed back by Fulham. Headed forward by Bernardo Silva. Headed forward again by Rodri. Fulham are able to cut it out and start the attack on their own. Ademola Lookman. Ball forward out wide to Tete. Ball whipped in. Scutter from John Stones. And Ederson is able to claim just. Good play by Fulham, actually. Getting the ball in. John Stones very lucky. Ederson was on alert there to come out. The cock up by John Stones with a failed clearance. Almost gifted Lookman through on goal. Here's John Stones. Ball over the top. Switching the field of play to Benjamin Mendy on the left side. Finds Benjamin Mendy. Great pass. Gabriel Jesus. Can lay it off. Lay it off. Lay it off. Eventually. Here's Bernardo Silva. Switching the field of play to João Cancelo. Ball in behind. Ferran Torres, if he can lay it off. Kept it in play, but Fulham man cut it out. João Cancelo wins back the ball for City. Good play by João Cancelo. Keeping possession for City very well there. City have got a bit of spark in them. Bit of spark, a bit of desire. Bit of desire there now. Bit of willingness to push forward and find the back of the net and all. What we lacked in that first half. Bit of snap, bit of drive, bit of click. Ruben Diaz, ball over the top to absolutely no one. So Fulham with a throw in on line with their penalty box on the near side. Yeah, here's Aina on the left back, number 34. Couldn't remember his name. Throw in by Fulham, only as far as Rodri, who heads it out for another throw in the same position as the previous throw in for Fulham. Throw in eventually taken, only as far as João Cancelo. Heads it as far as Jesus can't control, but Benjamin Mendy wins the header. Tries to play it forward. Howson Reed fires it back. Ferran Torres gets his body in the way, wins back the ball for City. João Cancelo gives the ball away lacklusterly to Fulham again. Here's Aina, left back for Fulham, driving forward. Forced off the ball by Ferran Torres, but Cavaleiro is able to keep possession. Ruben Loftus-Cheek goes down from a foul, and it is a free kick to Fulham in City's half on the left-hand side. Foul from behind by Rodri. Quickly taken by Fulham. Poor free kick under pressure and give the ball away to City. But then City equally. Ruben Diaz again. Right now, Ruben Diaz is the worst player on the pitch for City. And that is saying something. Because a lot of players have been poor this game. By the start of the second half. But Ruben Diaz is really struggling today. Really struggling. And now João Cancelo has fouled another Fulham man. It is a free kick again in City's half for Fulham. It was Lookman who was judged to have fouled. He fouled him twice, actually. Dangerous position for a free kick here, Fulham. In fact, it's an exact same position that City had a free kick in the first half, and we played it short and almost conceded. They whipped the ball in. That's what we should have done. However, it's come to nothing. However, they've still got the ball, Fulham. And Gisa plays the ball behind to Cavaleiro, tries to play it back. João Cancelo kicks it out for a corner to Fulham. So Fulham have the drive now. This is getting the goal. City just sort of slowed down now. The pace isn't there. The pressure's not there. And Fulham have a corner. Jesus, one of the smallest players on the pitch, is marking Fulham's tallest man. Logic. Ball whipped in. Caught well by Ederson. Great goalkeeper to come out and claim that. Great goalkeeping. Rose high, and he had to come out a fair distance from his goal, and he didn't half marshal it well as well. Good play by Ederson. Great goalkeeping. Here's Laporte. Driving forward, Laporte. He's having a decent game tonight now. First 30 minutes of the first half, he was quite poor, and then he slowly found a bit of a rhythm, Laporte. Bernardo Silva putting his legs on the line there, winning the ball back for City. Here's Laporte again in the right-back position, driving forward. Finds Bernardo Silva, takes on Aina, beats Aina in the right-wing position. He's beaten two men. Bernardo Silva into the penalty box. If he can lay it off, pulls it back. Rodri with a shot straight down the throat of the goalkeeper, Ariola in there. Obviously, he's the goalkeeper. Where else would he be, Philden? Great bit of footwork and skill by Bernardo Silva, beating two players and beating the same two players that have pegged him back in. Breaks into the penalty box, lays it off perfectly for Rodri. First time shot, straight down the throat of the keeper, however. Great bit of play there by Bernardo Silva. Michael Feeney. I love Pep, but he overthinks it sometimes, Dan. I would have had Walker and Cancelo as fullbacks tonight. Yes, you had done many changes for me. Love John Stones, my City Player of the Year. He's fast becoming a lot of players Player of the Year for many fans at the moment. He's in line with me at the moment with what's his name? Ruben Diaz at the moment. John Stones, my players of the season. However, John Stones is catching up, especially the way Ruben Diaz is playing tonight. John Stones has really stepped it up. But yeah, I completely agree. Too many changes, 3 at most for me, not 5 or 6. This is too many. Great watch. Cheers, mate. Cheers, Michael. And yeah, almost second. Almost a second. Ball won back off Sergio Aguero, who was playing defensive midfield. What is the point? Here's João Cancelo. Ball lost by João Cancelo. Fulham really applying the pressure now. This 1-goal lead is not a good one at the moment. Bernardo Silva wins back the ball for City. Lays it off comfortably to John Stones. Finds João Cancelo. Back to Bernardo Silva in the literally on the goal line. Plays the ball forward only as far as Anderson. But I don't understand the point of Sergio Aguero in this game. Out of all the attacking players, he is one of the deepest. He's our bloody centre forward. Here's Bernardo Silva anyway, driving forward, lays off to Rodri. Plays the ball in behind to no one. Sergio Aguero is literally going like that. I would be. I'd be pissed off at myself if I was Sergio Aguero right now. Why the hell is he not in that box waiting for the cutback to put it in the back of the bloody net? It's not rocket science. He's obviously not getting any service, any delivery when he's deeper than the attacking players. Yeah, no, exactly what's happening. He's waiting for them attacking players to play the ball in behind. It get rebounded off the Fulham man, so he can just have a lash at it and shot. It's not happening in 55 minutes of play. It's not happening at all. Get in the box. Get in that bloody... Get in that box and just tuck it away. Oh, mistake there. Gabriel Jesus, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Takes it round the keeper. And he puts it in the back of the net. 2-0 City. Gabriel Jesus. Mistake from the Fulham defenders. And he puts it in the back of the net. Great terrier-like instincts there from Gabriel Jesus. City 2. Fulham 0. Get in. So I talk through the replay here because that happened really quick. Fulham just cocked up at the back there. Big style. Big style. Gifted goal. But Gabriel Jesus, take nothing away from him. Gabriel Jesus did exquisitely well there. Anderson with the poor clear. In fact, no, he cleared it. Blocked by Cavallero. And literally, Anderson was the last man it finds. Straight into the path of Gabriel Jesus on the rebound from Cavallero. Gabriel Jesus, 1-on-1 with Areola. Takes it to the left of the keeper. He goes down. He's got Tozin in the way, trying to make himself big. He's not making himself that big. And Gabriel Jesus smashes it into the back of the net. 2-0 City. Get in. Come on. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. Come on. As Fulham were finding their way back into this game, big style. That is a gift of a goal. Jesus did brilliantly there to find the back of the net. Really good. I said it. First half, Jesus was getting in those positions for the attacks. He had no service. Tonight, in that goal, he got lucky. He got lucky from the rebound from the clearance on Fulham, but he was there. That's what Aguero needs to do. Jesus was in the position Aguero should have been, ready to pounce. That cock-up from the Fulham back line, Jesus pounced. He did brilliantly. Take it past the goalkeeper and find the back of the net. It's not rocket science. Ball over the top. Here's Jesus into the penalty box. Tries to pull it back. He plays it off the Fulham man. Here's a corner. Good play from Jesus. Again. Jesus and Stones right up there now. Right up there. He's having a really good game now as Jesus. Now he's got that goal. Caps off an okay display. A good display. Come on. Corner to City. Benjamin Mendy to take. Hopefully it's better than the last bloody corner he took. Whipped in. Left-footed. Doesn't beat the first man, but it's trickled in. Blocked by Rodri for the clearance. Anguissa is able to come away with the ball. What is it with us on corners? Do we ever practice them on the training ground? Seriously. I know we've scored a couple from set pieces recently, but corners are still an absolute pain in the ass for City. Here's Anderson for Fulham. Switching the field of play to the left wing position all the way out for a City throw in. That's it. We got the rattled. Bloody pounce on that now. They're rattled. They're passing poorly. They're just kicking out a play. Pounce on it. Big terriers. Chase after every loose pass. Win back the ball. Drive fucking forward. Come on, City. Here's João Cancelo. Lays off to Bernardo Silva. Back to Cancelo. Just smashes it forward. Jesus using his strength well. Trying to force off the mistake from Fulham. But Fulham are able to defend it well. Here's Tozin. Under pressure from Ferran Torres. Torres has won back the ball from Tozin. He goes down the penalty box. That's got to be a penalty. And the referee points to it. Penalty to City. It was a penalty. It was a penalty. Ferran Torres pounced on Tozin. Really lackluster defending there from Tozin. He was all over the place. Wasn't clearing it. Ferran Torres won the ball into the penalty box. Oh, I don't know, actually. No. Now you see it in slow motion. I think it's a 50-50. Ferran Torres went down very easy there. I think VAR are going to probably give this as a drop ball to Fulham in my eyes. Or no, I think they're giving a penalty. Sergio Aguero to step up for it. This will do his world of confidence. Sergio Aguero from the penalty spot. 60th minute. Right footed. Back in the net. Sergio Aguero back on the score sheet. Getting from the penalty spot. City 3, Fulham 0. Yaya Touré, you called it. Better second half. We will come out all guns blazing, and we have 3-0 City. Get in. Get in. Sergio Aguero back on the score sheet. Get in. He slipped when he took the shot as well. Didn't fall to his backside, but he did slip. He still found the back of the net, but the goalkeeper guessed the right way, and he was only a millimetre off getting a finger to it. Great penalty from Sergio, though, despite the slip. So, yeah, 60th minute. City 3, Fulham 0. Get in. Get in. Here come Fulham through number 15, Loftus-Cheek. Forced back by City. Blocked by Bernardo Silva. Forcing the mistakes from Fulham now, City. Balling over the top to Loftus-Cheek into the penalty box. João Cancelo and John Stones get the way. Ball played all the way over the top and out for a goal kick. The pressure. The pressure. The pressure. All we need in this City team when defending, pressure. Put pressure on them. We win back the ball and we force mistakes. It's just, I just don't understand. Never understand it. Why? Pressure off the ball. We always win it from pressure off the ball. Always win it. Get players into the box in the terrier-like situations, in the 5-yard box, tuck in the bottom of the net. Makes sense. When you're on the ball, drive forward. We've got the speediness. It's not rocket science. Why can't we do it every game? We're winning 3-0 because we've stepped it up and we're doing that. We're putting the pressure on Fulham, forcing them to make mistakes. They've made 2 mistakes tonight. Gifted a goal. Gifted a penalty, should I say. Gifted a goal. Jesus took it well. Great penalty by Sergio Aguero, despite slipping as well. It's not rocket science. But for some reason, Pep and these lads just don't understand that. Do it. You'll be 3-0 up now in the first half. But anyway, 3-0 up. Not complaining. Ryan, I still completely agree with that. Mendy and Torres off for Foden, Mahrez, yeah. Definitely. Get the players that are playing well constantly. Don't let them miss out a game. Just get them a few minutes. Get them some rhythm. Keep it going. Right now, this Fulham team are there for the taking. They really are shaken. That early second half goal from John Stones has really shook them into making 2 mistakes, and City are capitalising on them now. Get Foden and Mahrez on. We're talking 5-6-0 in my eyes. Without conceding one. Alexander Mitrovic is on for Fulham, and the referee is given a foul lay. Fell down with no touch off a City player. Cheating bastard. Yeah, absolutely. Keep clean sheets. Keep clean sheets. 100%. Ball whipped in. That is a shocking free kick from Fulham there. Cavallero, left-hand side of the pitch, so he's whacking it in with his right foot. Smashes it. Well, he lofts it, but tries to put a bit of power on it, and it goes out closest to the corner flag. Goal kick to City. We've got them rattled. We've got it right. We've got them rattled. How's it going? 3-0 up. 3-0 up. 64.5 minutes played. Fulham 0, City 3 goals from John Stones. Smashing it. Well, smashing. Getting the final touch with his right foot from the free kick for City in the 46th minute. Then Gabriel Jesus pouncing on the mistake from the Fulham defenders, taking it round the goalkeeper. That's a foul. Referee's playing advantage. João Cancelo into the penalty box on the right-hand side. Pulls it back. Infield to Sergio Aguero, who's not going to get there. And City give away the ball. It's a foul, eh? Oh, it's offside. And the referee's going to have a word here with one at Fulham lads. He was late foul on Gabriel Jesus. And we're going to see a change for City. Fernandinho coming on. So who will that be for then? Be interesting to see who it is. Maybe Sergio Aguero. Or maybe Gabriel Jesus. Pep might be thinking this game is won now. Gabriel Jesus has a decent game. Get him off. Show it up with two defensive midfielders. Play Bernardo Silva as attacking midfielder and Sergio Aguero up front with Ferran Torres. So you got a 5-2-1-2. Throw him from Fulham. Played short. Jesus, you can tell. I can't wait for Fulham's stand to be finished because the camera angle is literally looking down the player from the head angle. Top of the head angle, should I say. Beautiful stand, the building, though. For those who haven't seen Fulham's new stand, the Riverside stand, have a look at it. It's really coming on well. Plans for it make it probably one of the nicest single stands in the Premier League. It's it's two tiers. You've got small bottom tier, a bit like Everton's dugout tier, that really small one. Then they've got a big high-rising stand behind it. There's the second tier. Really nice looking stand so far. And it's Bernardo Silva coming off for Fernandinho. So we've got 3 centre-backs, 2 full-backs, 2 defensive midfielders, and only 3 attacking players. Let's hope we don't concede now, otherwise it'll look a bit bloody stupid now. Here's Gabriel Jesus trying to break through on the left wing. He's cut out by Anderson and plays all the way back to the goalkeeper Areola. Here's Tosin. Back to Anderson once again. Outfield to Harrison Reed. Tete, ball forward, poor pass, finds Laporte. And a tug there by from Rodri. Back on Rodri, should I say. And it's a free kick to City just in Fulham's half. Just going to go get another beer, Blues. Hopefully will be no more goals ahead. Seems to have missed a foul here, though, Blues. Ooh, dear me. I'm smashing the laptop there. Let's have a look. So it's a throw in to City on the far side. Played straight back to Ruben Diaz. All the way back to Edison. So yeah, those who are just joining us, what the hell have you been? 69 minutes played, Fulham 0, City 3. John Stones, Gabriel Jesus and Sergio Aguero from the spot. Ryan, so Pep's gone from 11 midfielders to no midfielders. Attacking midfielders, no doubt. Oh no, I just got what you meant then. Sorry, pal. I don't know why that took a while to click then. On City trying to pounce on the loose. Clearance by Fulham and eventually number 14. Not sure. I need to find out who that guy is. But it wasn't coming off. Ball by Fulham. Only finds John Stones. who just has to clear it as far as number 18. It's cut out by Rodri. Good interception. Trying to find the ball forward. Rodri is brought down, but clearly won by the Fulham man there. Rodri is slow to get back to his feet. Ball out wide to Tete into the penalty box. Tries to play it in. Laporte with the block. Good play from Laporte again. Laporte and John Stones maybe for the next game. I wouldn't say no to that. Here's Ferran Torres on the right wing position. Lays it back to João Cancelo. City just slowing the game down with 20 minutes left to play. Stopping on the ball. Just 1-2 passes. A bit of possession play. João Cancelo infield to Fernandinho. Now with Rodri in the centre circle. Ruben Diaz on the ball now. And out wide to Laporte and back to Ruben Diaz. So yeah, City just passing it with a little bit of presence. Nothing really direct. It's nice, safe passing. Gabriel Jesus has dropped to defensive midfield despite having Rodri and Fernandinho in the team. Here's John Stones driving forward in the right wing position. He's now playing centre forward. João Cancelo switches play with him. He's now centre forward. Sergio Aguero has dripped out to left midfield. I don't get Aguero's positioning tonight. I don't get it. I don't get the tactics. I don't understand it. He's a centre forward. He plays centre forward. He only plays centre forward. He gets goals from centre forward. Why in this game is he playing left midfield and defensive midfield? Doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. What is the point of having him on the pitch if you're not going to utilise him the way he's supposed to be utilised? Get him up front. Oh, dear me. Anyway, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Looks like we're trying to play a 4-4-2 with Rodri and Fernandinho in centre midfield with Sergio Aguero and Ferran Torres up front. Well, I say Sergio Aguero up front. Ferran Torres out on the right and Benjamin Mendy on the left. Think of that as you will. So I finally just found out who number 18 is for Fulham after waiting 72 minutes to try and work out who the hell it is. It's Lamina. And the only reason I know that is because he's coming off the bloody pitch. Anyway, Josh Onoma, who I do know, is coming on. The Chelsea loanee. The Chelsea loanee. I need to stop drinking. Anyway, Tosin, ball out to Tosin and Adebayo, the same bloody players. Aina, however you pronounce his name. Lays it off to Anderson. Out wide to Tete. Back to Anderson again, under pressure on Gabriel Jesus, forcing it back all the way into their own half, Fulham. Deep in their own half. Switching the field of play out left to Onoma. Back to Tosin in the penalty box, Fulham. Back to his goalkeeper, Areola. Here's Anderson. Ball forward to Harrison Reed. Anguissa. Aina. Left back position. Infield to someone. Ball over the top, and it's going to go all the way to Ederson in goal. Get in. Samuel Haynes. It was Sergio Aguero from a penalty spot. It was Ferran Torres brought down in the penalty area by Tosin Adebayo, the former City centre-back. Don't know if he got any... I think he got one first-team appearance, Adebayo, didn't he? Before being out on loan at Blackburn. And where else did Adebayo go out on loan? It was Blackburn, and I'm sure there was another. Was it Fulham, maybe? No, this Fulham just signed a permanent, haven't they? And Ruben Diaz is going off. That is a good call. The player coming on for him isn't. Eric Garcia. Well, then again, I suppose 3-0 up with 15 minutes left to play. If he cocks up, he's not staying anyway. He's off to Barcelona. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. For those who don't know, It's not really been widely announced, but Eric Garcia last week did agree to join Barcelona, and Pep has confirmed that he's going to Barcelona at the end of this season. So he's going to be a Barcelona player in the summer. Good riddance in my eyes. I don't understand our transfer strategy though. Doesn't want to be at City, has hardly played, could have got 14 million for him in January before Barcelona went bust. 14 million, and he's going for nothing after playing about 3 games since the window. Logic. Anyway, here's Anguissa for Fulham. Fouled by Rodri again. Rodri's walking the tightrope now. He's very lucky not to be on a yellow card. That was it, Ryan. West Bromwich Albion. He played right back for a lot of it, didn't he? That was it. Good lad. You're on form tonight, Ryan. Seems to be agreeing with a lot of things as well tonight, pal. Very rare. Here's Harrison Reed with a free kick for Fulham. Driven in. Far to Aina on the far side. Lays it off to Tozin. Back to Aina. Forced even further wide by Fernandinho into the corner flag. Back to Tozin. Oh, back to Harrison Reed. Going to bring it infield to Anguissa. Slips. Now City are set to pounce. Rodri plays the ball forward to Sergio Aguero, who's in the centre forward position and gives the fucking ball away. Oh, for fuck's sake. What has he got to do? For once, he got into the bloody position, and the first time he could have been one-on-one with the fucking goalkeeper, he gives it away. Fucking hell. It's like having Joe up front, for Christ's sake. Yeah, man, Joe, it's fucking Roque Santa Cruz. Couldn't score in a bloody brothel, that lad. Let alone hitting a barn bloody door. Here's Onama driving forward for Fulham, looking to try and find the ball through behind City's defence. The run wasn't good for him, so he's pulled it back to Ademola Lookman, who can't control it. Ferran Torres comes in, wins the ball, and it's just smashed up front by City's defence and out for a throw-in on the near touchline midway in Fulham's half. So, yeah, 13 minutes left to play. Fulham 0, Manchester City 3. Riyad Mahrez doing a few keepy-ups, keepy-ups, whatever you want to call them. Somebody called him a toe-up the other day. Toe-up? Never heard keepy-ups being known as a toe-up. Try and find it. It was on one of our Facebook posts about Riyad Mahrez, a good performance at the weekend, as saying, oh, yeah, he's been doing toe-ups. Where the hell's his toes been going up? Anyway, Anguissa gives the ball away to Sergio Aguero. Jesus. Aguero. Does well, Aguero. He's playing in defensive midfield again. He's done well to keep hold of the ball, though. Here's Benjamin Mendy driving forward. Jeez, I forgot he was on the pitch, and Benjamin Mendy, being Benjamin Mendy, gives the ball away, but he's won it back. Lays off Sergio Aguero. Out wide to Gabriel Jesus in the left wing position, edge of the penalty box, brings it in to the penalty box, lays it off on his right foot under pressure. Lays it off to Fernandinho, edge of the penalty box now. Back to Jesus on the left wing. He can whip the ball in. No, he can't. He plays it back to Laporte, Laporte, and back to Eric Garcia. And now John Stones in the centre circle. Sir John Stones. He's banging on about the monarch being in disarray. Get Sir John Stones to lead the country, because God knows he's bloody leading the City team. Rodri fouls again. How is that lad not on a yellow card? Ryan's not on the beard tonight, so that's why he's coming up with it. I agree with you on that one, pal. I agree with you on that one. I wish I could say the same, but first Saturday back at work for this year, so a bit tired. Quite nice to have a City win, a few beers, sat in the bedroom, nice peace and quiet. I had a missus with the kid in the front room, talking to people on here, watching City finally playing well. On a Saturday night, you can't get much better about the pubs being open. Bottoms up, so to speak. Bottoms up with Mahrez's toe-ups. Ball with Ederson in our penalty box. Lays off to Eric Garcia. Always runs like he shits himself, Eric Garcia. I don't know what it is. He squats down like he's about to let one out. Like, where's the toilet roll and all that? What the fuck am I on about? Anyway, Ferran Torres chases the Fulham ball all the way down, forcing the goalkeeper to put it straight to Benjamin Mendy, but Benjamin Mendy gives the ball away. Again, it comes with Benjamin Mendy. There's a book that came with Benjamin Mendy when he signed for Monaco. Benjamin Mendy, list of jobs to do. Go for a record amount of money. Done. First line, getting a few good games, make yourself worth the money. Yeah, get injured, earn a massive wage, come back, give the fucking ball away, and be shit. Anyway, that's my rant about Mendy. You know my views on Benjamin Mendy. I can't stand him. I can't kick a ball in a straight line, but I know for a fact I can play better than that sod. Here's John Stones. Eric Garcia in the centre circle. Another one I can't wait to wish bon voyage to. Here's Rodri. Back to Eric Garcia. Out wide to Aymeric Laporte, who's had a very solid game tonight. I say that, he gives the ball away, but he does win it back. Fair play to him. And he drives forward, lays off Sergio Aguero, playing defensive mid again. Fernandinho and Rodri are on the pitch, and Aguero is playing defensive mid. Really drives me nuts. Two of our only two defensive midfielders on the pitch, and Sergio Aguero, our only out-and-out goal scorer, is playing alongside them for most of it. Here's Benjamin Mendy. Gabriel Jesus pulls it back to Sergio Aguero in a striker's position. Can't beat the first man, and the Fulham come away with the ball. Ryan, I completely agree. I can't wait to go back to the Etihad. I really cannot wait to go back to the Etihad for a match day. I don't care if it's against bloody Brighton. I don't care if it's against West Brom. Not that it will be. West Brom are down this year out there. I don't care. Just, it could be a friendly game. Just fill the stadium up and get me there. God, I miss home games. I don't miss away games because I don't go to many. I think I've been to about 4, maybe 5 at a push away games in my lifetime. I'm not the biggest away game fan, but I try to go to as many home games as I physically can. I haven't got a season ticket. I can't afford it, but I try to go to as many as I can. And luckily, over the past, before the pandemic, I've been to a lot compared to the past few years recently. But here's number 33, Robinson, breaking in the penalty box, cut out by João Cancelo. Lays it off to Rodri. And he loses the ball. So 83 minutes played. Fulham 0, City 3. Goals from John Stones, Gabriel Jesus. Sorry, lost my mouth there. The ball was played through by Fulham to Josh Onomah in the penalty box, 1-on-1 with the keeper. I think it took a touch off the defender rather than the keeper. Playing it here. Mitrovic lays the ball off behind. Onomah takes a shot and it is blocked by Aymeric Laporte. I said he'd been having a really good game and it was Laporte with the block. So it is a corner to Fulham on the near side. Whipped in by Fulham. Deep headed clearance or punched away by Ederson. Ball back into the penalty box. Laporte heads it. Ederson comes and claims it. Very lucky header, it has to be said. But City with the ball in Ederson's hands. Here's Laporte pushing forward out. 6 minutes of normal time left to play. Rodri on the ball. So yeah, Blues, remember, it's just come up on the screen now. Remember, City play Gladbach on Tuesday. Can we complete the win and go through to the next round? Eric Garcia under pressure for Anguissa. Plays it back to Ederson. Plays it outfield to Fernandinho. Under a bit of pressure on him. Lays it off to Eric Garcia. Loose pass, but he does find him. João Cancelo back to Garcia. Ederson, Garcia, 1-2. Garcia, good switch of play to find Laporte on the far side. Here's Laporte. Back to Rodri, who's playing centre-back. Switching the field play to John Stones in a right-back position, right on the touchline. Under pressure from Mitrovic, plays it back to Eric Garcia. And then switches back to Laporte once again. City, right now, 3-0 up, seeing the game out, no injuries. Just get the pass of the play there. And immediately, as soon as I say that, give the ball to Fulham. Josh Armour, Harrison Reed, Tete, Anguissa. Reed, tossing. Shows a quick fire passing. Aina from Fulham. Lookman driving forward. John Stones forcing to play it out wide. Robertson back to Lookman in the penalty box. Blocked by Rodri. João Cancelo gets a touch in. Robertson picks it up in the penalty box. Breakthrough. Pass 2. John Stones blocks him off. Sir John Stones again puts him off and City come away with the ball. John Stones, man of the match for me. Hands down, man of the match. Followed closely by Gabriel Jesus. And in third position, Aymeric Laporte for me. That's how I'd say it. John Stones, Gabriel Jesus, and Aymeric Laporte. They've been City's best players tonight in a pretty mediocre performance, has to be said. Ball in the box. Mitrovic in the penalty box. Lays it off Anguissa. Robinson can't control it, and the ball is won by Ferran Torres. Well, and he's driving forward. Ferran Torres on the right wing. Aina's blocking his run. However, he pulls it back and lays it off to Rodri. Same here, got a season ticket, but got a good contact. I was about to put me in touch with your good contact, mate. I can't afford it. Anything, a season ticket close to 10 quid. I don't care if it's in the toilets. I'll find a way to the seat in the stadium. Just get me wrong. Eric Garcia switching the field of play to John Stones, right back position. John Stones under pressure on Geezer, kicking out a little bit in there, but he stays level-headed, John Stones. Here's Rodri, infield to... I'm not sure who the hell that is. Oh, Sergio Aguero. Jeez, I'm not used to seeing Aguero play. I didn't even realise who it was. Forgot he was on the pitch. He goes down on a foul from Harrison Reed, and it's a free kick halfway into Fulham's half, right in line with the goal. Too far out for a direct free kick, as we said. And City play it short anyway. Benjamin Mendy. So Benjamin Mendy and Sergio Aguero are going to play the full 90 minutes tonight. And Ferran Torres, as well. 3 players that have hardly played are getting 90 minutes tonight. In a 3-0 win. We just need to keep a clean sheet now. Clean sheet will top off tonight. No injuries, clean sheet, nice win, 17 points. Result. But, as Tom Brunt always says, it ain't over yet. Oh, he's a little bit more posh than me. It's not over yet, is the way he pronounces it. Is Anguissa. Ball forward to Lookman. Aina. Back to Anguissa. Reed. Driving forward. Route blocked out by Fernandinho. Ferran Torres trying to win back the ball for Fulham. Robinson forced it back to Anguissa. 1.5 minutes of normal time left to play. Ball cut out by João Cancelo. Driving forward, João Cancelo beats 2. Still in City's half, has to be mine, but lays it off to Benjamin Mendy. Back to Gabriel Jesus, who's deeper than Mendy. Out wide to Jesus. Here's Fernandinho. Back to Laporte. Rodri. Ball by Fernandinho, trying to find Sergio Aguero. Can't. However, João Cancelo wins back the ball for City. He's claimed to have been fouled. The referee is going to allow advantage to be played. Ferran Torres in the right wing position. John Stones driving forward. João Cancelo, however, picks up the ball. Rodri under pressure from Mitrovic. Does a nice turn. Dummies Mitrovic and keeps hold of the ball for City. It's Fernandinho. Back to Rodri. Out wide to Laporte. Back to Rodri once again. and then switching the field of play to John Stones. Ferran Torres on the right wing position, driving at the Fulham defence into the penalty box, trying to beat Aina, goes down, and it will go out for a goal kick. Nice run from Ferran Torres. It's a shame we couldn't do any more of that, but nice idea. Nice idea. So the full 90 minutes is up now. There will be added time of... It'll let me know. Added time is only 2 minutes. There's hardly been any stoppages of play by the City goals. So yeah, only 2 minutes. Fulham 0, City 3. Goal kick taken. Mitrovic brings it down to Josh Onoma. Trying to beat João Cancelo. Wins back the ball for City. Ferran Torres and João Cancelo now starting to get a bit of rhythm about the play. And it's just smashed up front by John Stones. Sir John Stones. All the way to the goalkeeper light. But hey, it's better just to clear it and play safe. Even Guardiola's clapping him and going, yeah, just get it that way. Play it safe. Clean sheet, please. Clean sheet. Throw in taken by Fulham. Headed out by Eric Garcia, who's not really put a foot wrong. He's had a decent, 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes since coming on. Of course, it doesn't matter. He's leaving anyway, so, it doesn't matter. But I want a clean sheet for Edison's sake. Here's Fernandinho bringing the ball down. Sergio Aguero playing defensive midfield again. Switching field of play. Fulham cut out by João Cancelo and kicks it out for a throw-in on the near touchline to Fulham. Great interception from João Cancelo. 50 seconds of added time left to play. City just holding the line now. Fulham having a bit of possession in the final stages. Ball kicked out by Fulham all the way for a goal kick to City. So 30 seconds left to play. We should now keep this clean sheet. And I'm going to wrap this up very shortly with some of the best words I think I could say at the end of a Saturday night against a game against a high-rising Fulham at the moment. Scott Parker and Pep Guardiola staring each other down. Pep Guardiola obviously with a big smile on his face. It's a massive win for him tonight. Massive game win tonight. Southampton and Fulham were easily bigger games than United in some of our eyes. And they've pulled off trumps tonight. They were very poor in the first half and came out all guns blazing in the second and quite rightly got it. And the referee has blown his full-time whistle. City win 3-0. John Stones, who is my personal man of the match. Gabriel Jesus pouncing on poor possession play and poor clearance by Fulham and a mistake, taking it around the goalkeeper and smashing it into the back of the net for 2. Sergio Aguero scores for the first time since I think October or September, one of the two. He scores on the spot as the Ferran Torres was brought down the penalty box. City win. 3 players in Benjamin Mendy, Sergio Aguero, and Ferran Torres who rarely get game time. Full 90 minutes for them. City 3, clean sheet, no injuries, rotation, 17 points clear at the top of the table. Get in, Blues. Get in. That's what we need.
How are we doing, Daniel? How are we doing, my friend?
Right. I never looked at the computer once in the final stage. You made no noise when it jumped on then.
like the City Ninja. City are now unbeaten in their last 16 consecutive away matches in all competitions. Winning 14, 2 draws. Absolutely fantastic. How good was that? That felt nice, didn't it, after the first half?
The first half almost made me pull my hair out. And I've got very little of it, but it almost made me pull my hair out. It was dire straits. It was so poor. I've never seen a City performance like it.
Yeah,
and then the second half was just the first 15 minutes, second half was outstanding. Pressure, pace, pouncing on it, on any mistakes they made. There's still some frustrations even after the full 90 minutes for me. Sergio Aguero, everyone banging on about he needs to be in the team because we're lacking goals. He played more defensively tonight than attacking. All the way through this game, I said I don't understand the point of Aguero being in this team tonight. But at the end of the day, I've got to look at the bigger picture. Clean sheet, 3 goals. Absolutely. We scored with Aguero getting on the score sheet from a penalty as well. So it's another big positive as well. 17 points clear at the top of the table. Rotation kicking in. We've got some players, key players rested for the game against Gladbach on Tuesday. Happy Saturday days.
Absolutely. And listen, this was looking difficult at half time. Fulham, I think, really frustrated us and did really well defensively. The camera angle knocked me a bit sick. I don't know about you, watching that camera angle reminded me of going around to my mates' house and playing FIFA when they do those stupid angles instead of doing it from above. But hey, that's neither here nor there.
You could say who's going bald at the early age, but that's it.
But no, I thought they defended really well. But it was just a moment of madness from their behalf, and a silly lapse of concentration and defensive error led to our goal. John Stones is reborn, revitalised. He is the second coming. He is the messiah of defensive life. His home life being sorted now has made him a new man, and all the better for it. And Torres, what's your making of Torres tonight? I've got a few players to talk about tonight, but did you notice tonight that City didn't have any real counter-attacks? This was interesting to me. I saw one or two opportunities where Torres and who was it else? I think it was Bernardo could have run with the ball on a counter, and they pulled it back. It was almost as if Pep was pulling the reins on him, just saying, "Listen, we're not going to win the game that way. We're not going to win the game that way." And lo and behold, 3-0. Absolutely fantastic.
Torres is... I was really happy when we signed Torres because I know the potential is there. I've seen what he was doing in Spain. He's a really talented lad. Any player that comes from a foreign league is going to struggle in the Premier League in the first year or so. Every foreign player does, because the Premier League, out and out, the toughest league in the world. It is. Nobody can argue with that. You see players that are Timo Werner for Chelsea, banging them in the Bundesliga, comes to Chelsea, hardly scoring a goal. Kai Havertz for them as well. One of the best young prospects out there, having a worldie at Leverkusen, comes to the Premier League, struggles. We see it throughout many different clubs who bring in foreign players, and Ferran Torres is another one. However, tonight, it was a 50-50 performance. He was doing everything right in terms of positioning. His positioning was phenomenal tonight, Ferran Torres. His runs were brilliant. The only thing that let him down was what he did with the ball, which is, for a footballer, the worst thing you can have in your locker. He couldn't control the ball. When he was running with the ball, when it came to the actual clutch, the final bit, the shot, the attempting to do something with it, nothing happened. He had one shot all game, straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. That was in the first half, where I think we had 3 shots on target, all down the same position with the goalkeeper. And then in the first half as well, he was in a really good position. He made an attacking run. All he had to do, he brought the ball down well. All he had to do was just hold it up, bring it out to the right, and he had Jesus running behind. He just needed to slot him in, and Jesus would have been through on goal. Instead, he brought it down. Little push from, I think, Tozin, and he went down trying to get a free kick, and the referee said, no free kick. Let's get up. You went down too easy, and he did. It was a push, but breath of fresh air push. For me, keep doing what he's doing, but be better on the ball, and we've got a world beater there. Yeah, hands down.
I think his positioning, it could be. I've spoke wax lyrical about him. I think he could be really good with us 2 years to come. Here's another little stat for you. City have won the last 7 meetings against Fulham in all competitions by an aggregate score of 21 goals to 0. This is now our joint longest ever run of wins against a single opponent without conceding a goal. Wow, that is domination against Fulham. And I tell you, I thought I can see what Fulham are doing. Should they be in the bottom 3? I don't really know, but yeah, they're there for a reason, I suppose. And it's a similar one to the West Ham game and the West Ham situation. This where the formation threw me a bit, and the players' positions threw me a little bit as well. But you know, at the end of the day, we can't complain too much. We've just won 3-0, and John Stones was great. Fantastic to see Sergio on the score sheet. And a cracking little finish by Jesus. I thought he was going to spoon that over the bar. What do I know? Well
composed. And that's what I was saying throughout the game. That's what Aguero needed to be in. That position, ready to pounce on the mistakes. The pressure was there in the second half, but wasn't there in the first half. And Jesus was doing what Aguero should be doing. In that position, forcing the pressure and forcing the mistakes. And then getting in and what a finish! It has to be said. It wasn't as soon as the ball was given away by Fulham. It wasn't just find the back of the net, easy done. He worked so hard, take on the goalkeeper, and he still had Tosin to beat.
Yeah.
Who was getting in the way of it. He still smashed it into the back of the net. So full credit to Jesus. And for me, he had a really good game tonight, Jesus. There was very little he did wrong. He was the most attacking player throughout the game, the full 90 minutes. He just didn't have the support there for me. I think Ferran was just a bit too quiet. Aguero was non-existent for me. The fullbacks, Cancelo and Mendy, just weren't offering as much. Bernardo Silva was quiet. So Jesus tonight did a lot for me that was right. And he deserves a lot of plaudits tonight. But another player I want to give a shout out tonight, which you mentioned in the previous game, had a poor game, Laporte. I thought Laporte had a banging game tonight. First 20 minutes was a bit shaky, a bit lackluster. But after that, he was solid. He was winning balls, was getting in positions. There was a couple of key positions in that second half when Fulham were in the penalty box. And he cut out the possession and cut out the attacks of Fulham and won back the ball for City. I thought he was solid tonight. But yeah, not taking anything away from John Stones, man of the match easily.
John Stones did so well tonight. I'm really proud of him, and I'm really happy with how he's coming on. And again, he's another one contender for player of the season for us. It's so hard.
Oh, he's tipping it for me now.
We've got Mahrez, we've got Stones, we've got Diaz. This is going to be tough. Bernardo did well tonight, I thought. Bernardo on the ball is brilliant, isn't he? You can see why they call him Bubblegum. The ball just sticks to his feet. He's so good. And if anything, my only criticism of this guy that I love is I wish he'd do more runs. Do you know what? One day we're going to sit back and we're going to watch him tear a team to shreds like Kinkadze did against Southampton a couple of years ago at Main Road and score a worldie of a goal. And I just wanted to see him try that one or two times during a game because he could do it. I'm absolutely confident he could do it.
We started, didn't we? That second half run on the right hand side.
Yeah, absolutely. It's brilliant.
I can't remember who he laid it off to, but yeah, he's got it. Do you reckon is it a lack of confidence or is it just form?
I think it's instruction. I think it's instruction from Pep. I don't think he's got that much freedom to be able to do that. I think Pep makes him play in a certain area when he's in a certain area of the pitch, and that's pretty much it. Absolutely bonkers. I just can't get me around. 17 points clear, mate. Should have been 20, but hey, who are we to argue?
Hey, I've said right at the beginning of this game, if we were 17 points clear by the end of tonight, league's done for me. I don't care if it's mathematically still not wrapped up. United have now got to win twice to be level on games and bring it back to 11. The pressure is massively on them. Now, I think that's our last league game until after the international break now, isn't it? We've got the Champions League game, then Everton in the FA Cup, and then the international break. So that is a massive layoff for a lot of key players in terms of the league.
Yeah.
So now we're
rest time
on knockout football now.
Yeah, absolutely. So City have registered the first clean sheet in the last 5 matches, ending their longest wait for a clean sheet since January 2020. So it's a huge statistic that for us. So I absolutely love that. I'm really looking forward to this international break. Not for watching the internationals, but hopefully our players having a bit of a chill and a bit of a relax with the final push on now to the end of the season. So the final stats for the game itself. Possession-wise, City had 55%, Fulham 45%. City had 8 shots, Fulham had 3. These are total shots. Shots on target, Fulham had none, City had 7. Fulham had 4 corners to City's 2. And big chances, we had 4 to Fulham's 1. I thought Fulham did all right tonight. I thought they got behind us really well.
Did you say Fulham had no shots on target?
No shots on target, according to the stats I'm looking at right now.
Wow.
Can you remember
I thought they had a couple of shots. I must be mistaken, but wow, that goes against the run of play from what I see. I was really... the scoreline flatters us. I have to admit, the scoreline flatters us. Fulham, for saying they're third from bottom, they had a decent game tonight. They took the game to City. At the end, we have the players compared to them. Not taking anything away from them, but we've got the better players outright.
Yeah.
But they gave us a game. And for me, personally, right now it's between them, Brighton and Newcastle. Happily have either Brighton or Newcastle go down. Well, personally, I prefer Newcastle go down, partly because half my family are Geordies, but they don't play football. But Fulham, they're one of them teams where I'm happy because we beat them on an aggregate scoreline in 7 games, 21-0. but they're one of them teams that play football. And it's very rare that a team that low in the bottom of the table play football. And I love to see what Scott Parker's doing to him, and I hope they do stay up.
Yeah, Scott Parker's doing well for him, isn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously, I always want them to lose towards. That's an absolute no-brainer. I'm quite glad he brought Diaz off today, even though it was only 20 minutes to go. I think it does count. I think the Champions League game next week is huge for City. I think it'll take something drastically wrong for us not to go through, but I think resting players at this stage is... I have no issue with doing that. Do you? Do you have any issue with
what? Sorry, say that again.
Resting Diaz for the last 20 minutes and taking him off for the Champions League game?
Well, if I'm being perfectly honest, I would rest him for the Champions League game the way he played tonight. I was not impressed by him at all tonight, and I wasn't really impressed by him against Southampton. His form was just knife-edged for me.
Diaz?
Yeah.
We're talking about the same Diaz, aren't we?
Ruben Diaz, yes, I sent about the one that I was hoping to, yeah. Anyway, no, tonight he was just, he was just so sloppy, giving the ball away. Yeah, he won the ball a couple of times, but compared to John Stones and Laporte, he was really poor in my eyes. He gave the ball away, I think, more times than any other player on the pitch tonight.
I need to rewatch that. I think I must have John Stones tinted glasses because I was only watching him defensively. Obviously, from that point of view, I didn't think he had too much of a bad game. But hey, listen, I'm there to rewatch it. What do you think of Cancelo's game tonight?
It's another one of them. He had snippets of brilliance. The last 10 minutes, he was brilliant. He was cutting out play and just clearing the ball well. But not only that, winning it and doing something with it as well. Previous 80 minutes, for me, he was poor. He was almost non-existent in some places. He just couldn't do anything right if he was paid to do it. Well, he is paid to do it. You know what I mean? He couldn't really do much right tonight. But in terms of him just being quiet, I don't think he was poor. He was just quiet to his usual standards. And I suppose that was due to come. He's been phenomenal this season as Cancelo. But yeah, tonight wasn't one of his best performances.
Got a interview here from John Stones, speaking to Sky Sports after the game. Really difficult. Give lots of credit to Fulham. The way they play their football doesn't reflect of where they are in the table. It was really hard to find space in behind, and we were trying everything. Second half, we corrected a few things, and it's great to get 3 points and a clean sheet. We've all played so many times and so many games, and the squad is rotated because of the schedule, whatever the manager decides. Everyone who came today deserved every little bit of credit that they got and for the way they played. We stayed patient, which is difficult in moments like this. On talking about his goal, we knew they'd keep a high line from set pieces, so I just tried to time my runs as best I could, and it paid off. On a possibility of an England call-up, yeah, definitely, it's a massive honour for me, and being out there in recent squads, being out of the recent squads recently has been difficult for me. It's been a motivation for me, and I've worked hard to get back into the team, and here's to the England call-up. If it comes, it's progress. It's because of the progress I've done for City. Yeah, he deserves to be well and truly called up by Gareth Southgate. If he's not called up by Gareth Southgate, it's something extremely, extremely wrong.
Are the qualifiers or the friendlies?
I'm not sure, pal, to be honest. I don't really follow international football that well.
Because right now, out of all English defenders, right back, left back, Luke Shaw close to him. I know he's a rag, but he is playing well. I have to admit that. John Stones is out and out our best English centre back in the country at the moment, hands down. The form of the lad is. You almost have to do
left back there, wouldn't you? You put Luke Shaw left back, wouldn't you? He's played well there this season for United.
That's what I say.
Would you not put Luke Shaw at left back?
No, that's what I mean. Over in terms of the whole defensive line, right back, centre back, left back for England.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw's close to form, but John Stones is above everybody else in terms of his position, and he should be first name in that defensive lineup for me.
Yeah, he's done better, hasn't
he? He's just, you like I say, you have to do a double take to actually think, hang on, is this the same John Stones? Because we knew when we signed him, was it 5 years ago now? he had so much promise as a 21-year-old. You could see it in snippets, and especially in the first season or the little games he was in. Then obviously he had that drop off, and we all thought he was done. I said if he was going out, I'd rather him just go out on loan. I still think he could be a part of a player. I don't think anybody in the right mind who understands football and has followed football for 40, 50, 60 years could even bet money that John Stones will be having the season he is now off the back of the past 2 years. Nobody would have seen it, and everybody who says they saw it coming talking utter But full credit to him. He deserves every applaud. He's been brilliant.
Talk about another goal scorer. What's your thoughts on Jesus tonight? I thought he had a solid game. He's had a lot of haters recently on the socials, but I thought he had a solid game
Jesus,
tonight. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, what's your thoughts?
Solid performer. He wasn't the best player on the pitch tonight, but it's like Sir John Stones. But in terms of the full 90 minutes, the most consistent player, hands down him. I've got some stats for him here to back that up, mate. You're spot on. 100% shot conversion, 55 touches, 7 take-ons completed, 4 ball recoveries, 3 fouls won, 2 interceptions, 1 shot, 1 goal. Yeah, that's just clinical. I think he's had a really good game there. Do you think him and Sergio playing together could be something that we see more often? There was a stat just before the game. I think it's 9 games prior to this game that they played each other in, and they average 2 goals a game. And they've just added to that average 10 game. I think it's about 10 games now, and they still average 2 goals a game.
Crikey.
So, but the thing is, Sergio Aguero got lucky tonight with the penalty. City didn't get lucky with the penalty. We quite rightly won the penalty, but if we didn't have the penalty, I don't think Sergio Aguero would have scored tonight. Really don't. He was so poor. Really, really poor. I know a lot of people throw out he's hardly been in the team and he's still trying to find match fitness. He didn't deserve to score tonight. He was in no position to score. I've just seen on BT, I've got it on mute on the BT in the background. They're just showing replays of his positioning. We had a free kick whipped in, and every player was running forward. Bar Sergio, he wasn't looking at the ball. He was trotting backwards. All night, I could see it. When we were running forward, you've got Ferran Torres, you've got Jesus, you've got Bernardo Silva driving forward, and Aguero's just sort of backing off. And you know exactly what he's doing. He's waiting for the header or the rebound to fall back to him outside the penalty shot, out the penalty box to have a shot. That's not what we need from him. We need him to be in the box, in that box, ready for the ball that we've been playing so much recently across the face of goal. No one's there to tap it in. That's where Aguero needs to be. And tonight, the only reason he scored was only because of the penalty. If we didn't have the penalty, he would not score.
I think you're being a bit harsh to him there. I think, yeah, I agree with you about his ability to score. And I agree with you there to a large extent. I don't think he was ever in an out-and-out goal-scoring opportunity. If anything, he had a potential one-on-one, didn't he? And he got muscled off the ball, which didn't look very much like him. But it's yeah, I think he needs to get back up to fitness. I think today's a good game. I think that confidence that he's got, that goal is going to do him a massive amount of confidence, and it can only be a good thing for us, that, can't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, I might be a bit harsh on him, but you know me, I'm harsh on everybody. But he just could have done so much better with his positioning tonight, and I think he knows it. But at the end of the day, I can't really question it to 100% because I don't know if that's what Guardiola's told him to do. Don't make the runs in case you aggravate your knee or anything like that. That's what Pep Guardiola might have said to him, and maybe say just hold back and wait on the edge of the box and have a shot. But I honestly would put money on it. If we didn't have the penalty tonight, he wouldn't have scored. I would put my mortgage on it. I always say it. I put my mortgage on it. I don't have a mortgage, but I can't put it on it. But I guarantee he would not have scored if it weren't for the penalty.
I suppose it's a bit of a mute point because we did get one and he did score. So I suppose it's one of them really. That it's
irrelevant. My point.
Yeah. It's from that point of view. But I think he needs that goal. He needs the confidence and a scoring Sergio. I'd take penalties off him all day, every day. I think it's fantastic for us to see him score again. I'm just looking at the league table here. You know, you know what I'm like. I'm quite. The game's not won until it's won, and it's not like, you know, and all the rest of it. It's all we're not won the league until it's mathematically impossible for somebody else to win it. City have got 71 points, and United have got 54.
And we could end the season if we win our rest games with 96. We could still win 96 points. That's the really
let's
thing.
just remind ourselves. United and Leicester have both got 28. They've got 2 games in hand on us, but they have to win those 2 games in hand.
And we still have to lose 4 on top of that.
Bloody hell!
I don't see it. I think it's. I said, if we got 17 points clear after these 2 games that we got over them, we've won the league. Even without mathematics coming into it, we've won it because there's no way bringing it back. If we lose the title this season from the position we are now, Pep should go hands down. I don't care what he's won in the past. If we lose the title, being 17 points clear, playing 2 games more, granted. If we lose the title, 17 points clear, he doesn't deserve to manage the club.
Crikey.
Unless he wins the Champions League, then we'll all be kissing his.
I'm just. Yeah, this is not something. This is not often one thing that will be on my search. A lot of things will be on my search history on my computer, but this is one thing that's not often on there. Manchester United fixtures. So we've got West Ham.
Burn your laptop. Burn it.
They've got West Ham, Brighton, Spurs, Burnley, Leeds, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Leicester, Fulham, and Wolves. There's some tough games there. There's some tough games there.
And I bet you anything Fulham get a result against them.
We'll
have the league run back.
You won't put it past it. Burnley got a result against Everton today, which surprised me. You know, there's some tough games there. And City have got some tough games as well, granted. But I don't know. I don't know.
It's a weird season because last season and the season before, you could look at the teams throughout the season and say, they're most likely going to win it. And you'd be 9 times out of 10 right. This season, anyone can win. Who would have thought Leeds? I think Leeds are the 3rd highest goal scorers in the league, and yet they've got one of the worst goal differences. It's mad.
Is that right? That's
mad.
Bonkers.
And this season is just bonkers. I'm sick of. I do want to shout out though. I'm sick of the people banging on about this season. City won't be where they are now if the league was normal. Hang on.
Same for everyone, isn't it?
Exactly. They're on about because players are going out injured left, right, and centre, so no teams at full capacity. The fans aren't in the stadiums or anything like that. Hang on. We had, an extra week? What's a week in compared to a year on everyone else? I think United had the same amount of time off as we did. We play similar, if not more, games than most teams in the league. We're out and out because we rotate our squad rather than what the Dippers do and keep the same squad, and now they're burnt out, hence the reason they are where they are. I don't understand the logic behind it. The teams are what they are. It's their fault they're cocking up. We're playing well. Bar the Derby game, we're playing well because we know how to play. We're not changing it. We're not throwing spanners in the work. And the things about fans, not just Liverpool now. Some fans are coming at Spurs. A Spurs fan came out, I think it was on TalkSport, something like that, blaming the backdrop like the other fan did about Liverpool. Saying because apparently the sheets over the seats matches the players' shirts. It was hard for them to spot each other. Stop talking rubbish. You're just poor.
Do you remember?
Get over it.
Do you remember? You might not remember this. Do you remember United changing the shirts at half time from those grey ones because they blended into the background? Honestly, that was brilliant. That was hilarious. Right, I'm looking at the fixtures for tomorrow because obviously I don't really follow other teams other than City unless it's like the title running. I want to see who everyone else has got. Leicester play Sheffield United. Sheffield United have just confirmed they've got rid of Chris Wilder, so that could go one way or the other for me. Sheffield United players could go, do you know what? Fuck it. Excuse me, French. We're going to lose. Sod it. Or they could think, right, actually, come on, we're getting on this. We're going to absolutely smash it. That could go one way or the other. United have got West Ham. That's a really tough game for United.
Away or at home?
At home at Old Trafford. That's a tough game. That's a 7:15 kickoff. You know what? I might watch that. And then Arsenal have got Spurs and Southampton have got Brighton. And Wolves have got Liverpool. There's some really good games tomorrow, actually. And Wolves against Liverpool will be a good match as well. But
better than a Super Sunday of Burnley versus Crystal Palace and Brighton versus Newcastle Super Sunday.
Super! Yeah, and Leicester versus Sheffield, that'll be a good game. And United versus West Ham. There's two tough games there for them too. There's two tough games.
I'm not worried about Leicester. Some people are banging on about Leicester can still catch City. Too inconsistent this season. You know, 1 minute they're losing to Leeds, next minute they're winning the next game, and then I think they lost the previous game. I can't remember who it was. They're not a worry for me. Yes, they're level on points with United and the same amount of games, so theoretically they can still match United and win the league. Not worried about them. United, I still worry slightly to get close to us.
I have nightmares about United.
No. We've won it. We've won it.
Are you boarding that train already? Oh,
I'm not a dipper. I'm not a dipper. I am not getting champions put on the back of my shirt until it's mathematically proven. But I will go on record now. Personally, I believe we've won the title.
Oh my!
I will not get champions put on my shirt anytime.
City. I'm looking at the math. City need 14 points from 8 games. Okay. It's 5 wins. 3, 6, 9, 10. 5 wins. Yeah.
We're not going to do it, are we?
We need 14 points from 8 games.
And we're 17 clear as it stands.
Yeah. This is
We've won it. We've won it.
Oh, Pep Guardiola on the performance. Great performance with a team so physical and good ideas, but were brilliant in build-up. The beginning of the second half was so important, an important victory for us. 8 games left. We are closer. We are closer. Yes, we are.
But that's the... Right now, it's the perfect time to be 17 points clear. Because like I said, we've got the international break and the cup games now. Now it's just 2 cup finals, like you always call them. Cup finals right now. Everton, Gladbach. Get them done. Have a break. Hopefully, these players are risking to go into quarantine so then they don't go on international break. That's what Pep said. If there is a risk that they have to quarantine when coming back, they're not going. So fingers crossed all of them have to quarantine. Hang on, there will be some pleb that says, hang on, why do you want them to be quarantined? Then they won't go. Right. You can tell I've been drinking tonight, can't you? I've lost my train of thought. Either way, let's hope they don't go.
It's all gone wrong.
The reason I don't drink.
It's all gone wrong.
I've remembered. It means now that we have a break and we've rotated a couple of players. We've got all our key players ready for these 2 knockout rounds now. Push further into them. Have a break. Come back all guns and blaze it. Guns and blaze. You know what I mean.
Yeah, guns and blaze.
Win the league. And then concentrate on the Champions League, in which I'm getting tattooed next week. And then we can just peter out this season. When's the League Cup final? 2 weeks. That's the point. We might have an extended break.
25th of April.
Oh, right. Oh.
Yeah, it's a while off yet. Yeah, so before that, we've got to play Gladbach, Everton in the quarter. Leicester, Leeds, Aston Villa.
Oh, we still play Leicester.
Still got to play Leicester's our next league game. 3rd of April, 3 o'clock kickoff. Well, I think that'll get moved actually. It won't be a 3 o'clock kickoff, that will it? That'll get moved for TV, I'm sure of that. But yeah, Leicester's our next league game, which is a massive game. Bloody hell! Every game's a massive game, but that's huge.
It's a cup final.
It's a cup final. It's not over yet. I'm getting that printed on T-shirt. It's not over.
Oh dear me.
Oh, love it. Right, absolutely love it. Let's go. Love it and leave it.
Absolutely.
Brilliant commentary as always, Dan. Loved it. Every minute of it.
A bit drunk tonight, but you know,
you get drunk as much as you like, pal.
It's a win. I'm allowed to be. Hell, I'm locked up in the bedroom. Why not?
Don't see any handcuffs.
Hey?
Don't see any handcuffs. Sorry, bad joke.
Bad time to bring that up in the bedroom.
Right, on that note, we're going. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thanks for the commentary, Dan. We'll be back on Monday night for the Monday night show, funnily enough. And we're going to talk more about this beautiful game we call football. Love you lot. See you soon.
Absolutely. Take care, everyone, and thanks for